Angel Reese was older, I would have gotten on her about what she just said. Because I would have been like, how naive can you be?
The WNBA seems to be completely unraveling over the latest spectacle featuring Angel Reese, who has boldly claimed she's going to take down Caitlin Clark. That's a laughable assertion, considering Clark is already a living legend. Meanwhile, Reese has been more focused on sideline theatrics, questionable injuries, and public complaints about pay than on her performance. With all of that in mind, her latest declaration feels less like confidence and more like outright delusion.
Angel Reese is a wonderful player, but she does not compare to what and who Caitlin Clark is when she's on the basketball floor. Plain and simple.
It's honestly comical that she believes she has what it takes to surpass Clark, a player who's rewriting history season after season. At this point, the only thing Reese has truly mastered is turning herself into a spectacle. If there were trophies for embarrassment, she'd already have a shelf full. Before she starts talking about taking over the WNBA, she should probably take a hard look at her reputation. Switching coaches won't suddenly make her the star she wants to be. What she really needs is a serious attitude adjustment.
And look, Angel Reese, there's nothing that she does where you go, did you see her?
Angel Reese seems to believe that training with David Alexander, LeBron James's trainer, is somehow going to instantly turn her into the next dominant force in women's basketball. As if working with an elite trainer alone is enough to transform her into a superhuman capable of dethroning Caitlin Clark. Meanwhile, while Reese is focused on vague concepts like perfecting movement patterns, Clark is actually putting in work where it matters, sharpening her shooting, decision-making, and playmaking skills. Those are the things that separate good players from great ones. So good luck to Angel while she figures out whatever it is she's working on. Clark is busy refining the very skills that have already put her far ahead. Reese may have had a solid run at LSU, but believing she belongs in Clark's league is like claiming you're ready to drop a hit album after singing in the shower for 5 minutes. That's not confidence. That's delusion. Reese might have been royalty at LSU, but Clark is the undisputed queen of basketball, period. Reese talks about surpassing Clark while Caitlin is out there redefining the entire sport. It's hard to take those claims seriously when Reese hasn't even fully proven herself at the professional level yet. Even Reese herself has admitted the adjustment has been tough, going from barely losing games at LSU to suddenly facing real adversity. That reality check alone says more than any bold statement ever could.
And that's the most we've ever lost in our life. I only lost 7 games in my last 2 years at LSU. So it's been hard for me. But adjusting and just kind of have that mindset of just moving on has been something I try to give myself a little bit of grace.
She says she's trying to give herself a little grace now, but let's rewind to the 2023 NCAA championship. You remember it. Reese desperately attempting to steal Caitlin Clark's spotlight with that childish "you can't see me" taunt, throwing it right back in Clark's face. It was definitely a moment, just not for the reasons Reese probably hoped. While she was busy turning the game into a WWE-style sideshow with hand gestures, Clark remained exactly what she always was, the best player on the floor, effortlessly outscoring everyone, including Reese. That whole stunt was nothing more than a weak grab for relevance, a brief attempt to hijack attention that lasted maybe 5 seconds. While Clark was busy making history, Reese was chasing the spotlight. You honestly couldn't make this up. There is no one, absolutely no one, like Caitlin Clark in the history of women's basketball. And speaking of numbers, let's talk about Reese's WNBA debut. Simply put, it wasn't anything special. Clark entered the league and immediately set it on fire, averaging 19.2 points per game and piling up assists like a seasoned veteran. Reese, on the other hand, averaged 13.6 points per game, nearly 6 fewer than Clark, in case anyone missed the math. Clark also led all rookies in assists with 8.4 per game, while Reese was still trying to find a consistent offensive rhythm.
There is no one like Caitlin Clark in the history of the WNBA.
At this point, being named a finalist feels more like a participation trophy. Clark didn't just win Rookie of the Year, she entered the league and immediately made it clear she was ready to dominate. Reese, by comparison, is still trying to catch up. And yet, she keeps getting asked about the award. Reese herself even admitted that when she was drafted 7th, she felt the pressure wasn't really on her. She figured she could just play freely, and suddenly found herself mentioned in Rookie of the Year conversations once she started playing better. But being mentioned isn't the same as winning, and Clark made sure of that. Meanwhile, Reese's off-court presence has turned into a full-blown circus. She landed a signature shoe deal with Reebok. How impressive, a shoe deal for someone who hasn't consistently proven herself at the highest level yet. Sure, celebrate it if you want. But while Reese is busy showcasing her lifestyle on Instagram, Clark is out there reshaping the game every time she steps on the floor. Posting glamorous photos might be fun, but it's not going to close the gap on Clark. If anything, Reese should spend less time chasing likes and more time focusing on basketball. And then there's the money talk, something Reese never seems to shy away from. She's quick to spotlight her earnings and opportunities, but none of that changes the reality on the court, where Clark continues to set the standard and Reese is still playing catch-up.
They still ask you about Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
What is your stance on that?
So my whole thing was like, when I got drafted, number 7. So I'm like, cool. Like, the pressure is not even on me because I'm drafted 7, so the pressure shouldn't be up there. So I'm like, all right, cool. I could just hoop. So I don't know when like it started to just break out where I was just in Rookie of the Year conversations. I'm like, all right, cool.
It's because you started killing it.
Well, yeah.
Reese keeps pointing to her WNBA salary, around $73,000, and talking about how expensive life is. But let's be real, she's not exactly trying to maintain a mansion in Beverly Hills. Maybe the issue isn't the paycheck, but budgeting. Meanwhile, Clark is quietly handling her business, locked in on the game, and clearly not stressing over the price of a Starbucks latte. Now let's talk about the unrivaled league, the opportunity Reese seems to be banking on as her big breakthrough. This 3x3 league is set to launch in January 2025 and will feature 34 of the top players in the world. It's a serious stage filled with elite talent, and Reese isn't walking into a comfort zone. She's walking straight into a lion's den. Yes, she'll earn around $250,000 for the 8-week season, which is a major jump from her modest WNBA salary. And sure, that sounds great on paper. But here's the reality. This league isn't about paychecks or publicity. It's about performance. Reese will be competing against players who operate on a completely different level, and right now her on-court production doesn't exactly say, "I'm ready for this." If anything, it says there's still a lot of work to be done. And that's where things get even more interesting. Reese is entering a league stacked with some of the most talented players in the world. She may have her eyes on the spotlight, but once the games start, attention will go to the players who can actually deliver when it matters, not the ones just showing up for the experience. If Reese truly believes she's the next big thing, she may be in for a rude awakening. Critics are already calling this an overestimation, and honestly, they're not wrong. Yes, the league will be exciting and stacked with elite talent, but Reese isn't anywhere near the level of players who've already proven themselves on that stage. While the exposure could help her, it could just as easily expose her. There's nowhere to hide when you're competing against the best. If Reese doesn't significantly elevate her game, this league could end up doing one thing very clearly, revealing just how far behind she still is, not only compared to Clark, but compared to true top-tier professionals. It may also highlight how much ground she still has to cover before she's even on the same playing field. Reese can point fingers at fans and claim disrespect, but here's the real reality check. She can talk all she wants about surpassing Clark, but words don't win games. In professional basketball, talk is cheap. If you're going to challenge the best, you need the talent to back it up, and right now Reese's mouth is doing far more work than her game. She's making bold claims without having the skill set to turn them into results. Clark, on the other hand, has already proven she's the real deal. Reese is still stuck in the maybe someday phase. And while Reese talks about training with elite coaches, Clark is still out there doing what she's always done, grinding, improving, and putting in the work that actually separates legends from hype. That's what really matters. You can't buy your way to the top. Training with an elite coach doesn't automatically make you the best, and it certainly doesn't turn you into someone capable of toppling a legend overnight. That level of dominance takes years of dedication, relentless effort, and, most importantly, real talent. While Reese is focused on refining vague movement patterns, Clark is out there making history every time she steps onto the court. So when Reese talks about dethroning Clark, let's be honest, the only thing she's at risk of dethroning is her connection to reality. The unrivaled league may be a great opportunity for exposure, but it could also be the stage where the gap between Reese and Clark becomes impossible to ignore. It's easy to talk about taking over when the competition isn't elite, but when you're up against the very best, that's when the truth shows itself.